Hi, thanks for joining us. My name is Mark Forster. I'm from Comscare, part of the Ingram Micro Group. So we've got Wayne Sutcliffe with us, who went to VMworld as part of VMware. We've got Amar Jandu, who went to Microsoft Ignite. And we've got Dan Maynard, who was at the Cisco Partner Summit over in Vegas.
I think the events are great. They offer, a lot of benefits to different people, and, I think all the vendors also put on a great show and make it, a great experience for everybody, whether you're a first time or, you're a veteran and you've been there 4 or 5 times. So it's a great experience.
Very much a showcase for them, isn't it?
Yeah. It's their opportunity to demonstrate that they're serious about, from a Cisco perspective, that they're serious about the channel. That was one of the things that really resonated was, the partner channel is massively important to them, and that will remain the case for years and decades to come, I'm sure.
And if you had a partner that was listening, that was thinking about whether to go next year, would you recommend? What would you recommend that they would go, and also how would you recommend they prepare?
So from a VMware perspective, and I've been to a number of events now across all the vendors, it's definitely sign up to the right audience, whether it's obviously a partner summit or whether it's a technical or a customer type summit. You've got to sign up to the right one for what you're looking to get out of it. But it's do a bit of preparation up front. There's a lot of workshops, there's a lot of other vendors and partners at these events, and it's understand your own internal strategy and what it is that you're going for, and prepare to get the most out of it, because it's hard for us to get across just the sheer size and expanse of these events. VMware Europe, Barcelona this year, has now become their home there, because there's nowhere else in Europe that's big enough to host it. So that should start to put it into some sort of perspective how big these events are. So you need to go with an element of focus on what it is you're aiming to get out of there. So prepare for it. Definitely go.
Yeah, for Microsoft, they do a really good job of publishing all these sessions and workshops and symposiums that they host within the conference on their app. So what I would recommend is just make sure you read up on anything you're particularly interested in from a technology perspective. From speaking as a tech person myself, make sure you look at those workshops and sessions and book them in on the app, so in your schedule builder, because there are some sessions, although most of them are open to everybody, some of them are have a limit of how many people they can fit in. So the popular ones will go really quickly, and so I recommend just make sure you get into those sessions as quick as possible.
I think the Cisco Partner Summit was a slightly different event to VMworld and the Microsoft event, because it was very much about specifically partners and the strategy of Cisco. I think the best event would be the equivalent of the respective vendors here, which is Cisco Live, which is a lot more about understanding the technologies, what the opportunities, and having a lot more of those forums and symposiums. Cisco Live is in Barcelona. Again, same reason. It's got scale-wise, it's got to be there. That's at the back end of January 2020. So. My shout would be, if partners wanted to understand more about the technologies, what some of the partnerships that Cisco are driving from a technology perspective, get themselves over to Barcelona, absolutely. And as Wayne said, prepare and be clear in terms of where you want to go as a partner over the next 12, 18 months to understand and make sure you get the most out of the week you're spending away in Barcelona.
And I think from the one-to-ones which I had at Cisco, the vendor want that. They want you to turn up with an action plan. They want you to turn up with asks. What do we want you to help to? What can we give you to empower your business go where it wants to go for over the next 12 months? And they're crying out for it. And a lot of people don't necessarily turn up with that level of granularity to say, I want this, this, and this, and how are we going to get there? And this is where it's going to drive us to get to. So I think that's a really, really, really good point.
It's definitely the same with VMware and VMworld. VMworld's a combination of technical and a combination of partners. It's split over the number of days, and there's a lot of if you want to get the value out of it, it's pre-preparation and filling out servers and going there with your questions to challenge them on the programs, to challenge them on their strategy and how they can better enable you to enable your customers. So
cool. Well, Wayne Sutcliffe, Amar Jandu, Dan Maynard. Thanks for taking the time to tell us what was going on at VMware, Microsoft and Cisco. And if we end up all on the same summits at the same day in this time next year, then maybe we'll do it again. But no, really appreciate your time, and hopefully people watching have taken something from it. And by all means, if there's anything come up that you want to talk about in more detail, then there's lots of people you can talk to.